And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats, elephants and zebras, gypsies and fairies. So you get half my face tonight. Okay, I'll put my whole face in the picture. This goes out to my sister. I have two sisters. One in Indiana, one in Tejas, Texas. You say you get buckskin, you get deer hides. Okay, I don't know if you can view PDFs, but I'm going to try and put some links for you. You could always Google buckskin patterns PDF or free buckskin patterns or something like that. That'll work. We do have a little bit of buckskin. I don't have any out here right now because it's put away. You might not notice it, but we've been working in the living room and kitchen and the bedroom. So we've been doing work. So the floor is actually clean. Well, relatively speaking. I mopped it the other night. But so I don't have the buckskin in here. How do I say? I like and dislike buckskin. My belt knife has a piece of buckskin wrapped around its sheath. I took the sheath and I took a needle and I don't remember if I don't think I used sinew. I think I used wax linen thread. To kind of the holes where the sheath, the leather is sewn into the sheath. I put it through those holes so because I don't want to lose my belt knife. Okay? Is my belt knife historically accurate? Yes and no. They did not have stainless steel in the 1750s, so no. The style is historically accurate, but the material it's made out of, at least the stainless steel material, is not historically accurate. But eventually, one day, maybe, I'll buy a knife that's more historically accurate. But here's the thing. This is elk hide right here. It smells good actually, although a little bit of a chemical smell, which I don't care for, but it's actually not bad. Buckskin will absorb water. If you get rained on, the buckskin is just going to absorb it, and from my understanding, it takes forever for it to dry. Are there things you could do to reduce the amount of moisture that gets through? I don't know. Maybe you could use wax. You know, heat some wax up and just work it into the fabric, into the leather. I would put it on the rough side. I don't think it would do you much good if you put it on the smooth side. The felted side, put it on the felted side. I actually, putting it on both sides might work better than putting it on just one side. I don't know. But, I don't know if that's a coin of some sort from somewhere. Can't tell. Thought it was a nickel at first, but anyway, so there's also pine pitch you can buy. I'm not going to try and pull it out because my radio's up there. I don't want to mess it up. But Townsend's, formerly James Townsend and Son, they sell pine pitch, which is good for your water bottles and canteens if they need to be. If you have a wooden canteen or a gourd canteen or water bottle, You use a pine pitch to help seal it, melt it, and pour it in there and make sure it gets all over. But you can look up free buckskin patterns. Now, some patterns are actually, and you probably know how to do this because you do those craft things and knitting and crocheting and stuff, which, you know, I mean, if you look at the stuff I sew, it's definitely not professional. But you know, my beautiful girlfriend slash wife that's in the living room, she can do stuff like that. She's really good at that. She's great at it, actually. But I'm not good at it. Here's an antler button. Let me turn this, see if that helps a little bit. You can see the saw marks on it. I believe that's from a deer antler. I have several of them. These are going to go on my the cuff of my sleeves. But one basic pattern, a real simple basic pattern. Get a rough idea of your, and you know, I'm saying this, and women's clothing is made differently than men's clothing because women have breast and men usually don't have breast. So I don't know how you compensate for that when you're working with a pattern or even making a pattern. When you're working with a pattern, it's probably easy or easier. When you're not working with a pattern, it may be more difficult. But basically, you take the leather, you know, put it over your body or whatever. You can either, depending on how big you are and how big the leather is, you can cut a hole for your neck. You're going to have to, you don't want to see my chest, I'm sure, but you would cut I can't do this with, you would cut it so you can get your head in and out of it. And then you cut a little slit down here, and then you can put buttons there. What I'm going to do with, I'm going to get, these are, like I said, for the sleeves of my hunting shirt. No, I don't hunt, but I like to shoot. And I'm going to get a larger one for the collar, but somebody just sent me a message on Facebook. I don't know who it is yet. I just heard it bing. But you basically take the fabric or the leather, and you look here's a catalog from Crazy Crow. If you, I don't know how well you can see that. Trying not to let it glare. She also has a blanket right there. But they're both wearing what is probably buckskin, and really all you have to do is sew the sides together, and of course if you want sleeves, you're going to have to put sleeves on there. And I don't know, don't ask me how to do that. The beautiful woman in that room over there, she knows how to do that. She figured it out with my shirt. I was like, I don't know what to do. But anyway, I know it sounds very simplistic, but if it works, it works. You can find, you know, like I said, I will try and provide excuse me, links. It's springtime here in New Hampshire. The plants and trees, well, plants are trees, but the plants are starting to, you know, bud and stuff, and it's like, I guess that's why I've been coughing and sneezing so much. I'm not really sure. We were driving back from Vermont the other day, and I don't know what kind of tree it is. Maybe a redbud? I don't know if they have redbuds up here. But it was beautiful. Very dark, bloody red kind of leaves, or buds. Not leaves yet, but buds. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful tree. But our New Hampshire is beautiful. What can I say? And so you know, if we ever are able to afford to buy enough land, you can live on it for free. I hope you know that. We like our privacy. We're, you know, we stay home a lot. We have health issues too, so that doesn't help when it comes to getting out and doing things. But oh, look, what's this? Oh, is this? Oh, this is. Yeah, this is Townsend's. Sorry about the glare. That's one of his daughters, and that's John Townsend, not James, but John. His daddy was James Townsend. But this place sells pine pitch, but I don't. Where you live, I don't know what the environment is like. I mean, you know, I've seen pictures and videos and whatnot. So I guess everybody's tired of my chest. That's John boy. Hey John. Hey, Daddy, what are you doing with my tail? Anyway, you might be able to collect your own pine pitch. I don't know. I'm not really sure how you would collect it. Just, I guess, take a container and use a knife and kind of scrape it into the container and then melt it. But some patterns are just, you know, you just sew them together. They may not look tailored. They're not going to be tailored, but I just found a new button on this thing. I'm not going to use it because I'm making a video. I don't want to mess it up. But maybe if I close that window, I won't cough so much. My throat is scratchy. But yeah, I mean, basically, buckskin. Oh, that's John's ear that you see there. You just take the buckskin and fit it to you as best you can, and sew the sides together. Make sure you have a sufficient hole for your head, or you can use 2 pieces or 1 piece. And if you have 2 pieces, you sew them together at the shoulders or wherever you're going to sew them together. I mean, it depends on how, you know, how rough you want your clothing to look. Like I said, it's going to absorb the rain. And pine pitch and wax, beeswax, are the things that I would use if you're going to do that. Actually, I was watching a video earlier, a Townsend's video. They have a whole channel with fantastic things on it. I mean, free. It's free, and you can go to their website, or you can go to their website, or you can go to their YouTube channel. They have blogs, like blogs on 18th century cooking. 18th century will be the 1700s. I'm not sure why we do that. You know, like 19th century is the 1800s, and 18th century is the 1700s. The 20th century was the 1900s. This is the 21st century, or wait, 21st. Wait, no, this is the 22nd century now. My goodness, I'm old. Anyway, I don't know why we we do that. Why it's, you would think 18th century would be 1800s, but it's actually the 1700s. 15th century would be the 1400s. I don't know why it's done that way. Okay, John. Mwah. You want to say hi to the world? Say hi. Hey, Daddy, don't pick me up like that. He says, I'm not a sissy cat. How many cats ride in the car, John? You? Not many, but you sure like it. Oops, there's cat hair, there's John hair. Now you're getting back up there. Okay, so that's basically it. Just fit it together as best you can and then sew it. Crazy Crow Trading Company in Pottsboro, Texas. I believe that's correct. And something Bull. Something Bull. It's a company here in New Hampshire, and they both sell sinew, real sinew. The company here in New Hampshire sells both deer and bison sinew, and the bison is really long, like 3 or 4 feet long. I think 3 feet long. Deer sinew is a lot shorter, although the company here in New Hampshire, they have longer sinew than longer deer sinew than what Crazy Crow has. But and if you need a tutorial on it, there are tutorials on YouTube. But basically, there's John's tail, and there goes one of my speakers. So I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, sinew, you just kind of pull a piece off of it, and you know, it, even when it's really thin, it can be really, really strong, which is one reason it's used instead of thread. But you can use thread, you can use wax linen cord, you can use wax linen thread, that is. You can use sinew, you can use, you know, you can make your own thread out of the plants that are out there. So anyway, I don't know why I made a almost 20-minute long video about this when it only would have taken 5 minutes. But I did. So I'll try and get you some links to some patterns. And I want to say one last thing. I saw somebody put this up on Facebook. It's a quote from Winston Churchill. Now, I'm Irish and Spanish, or am I Spanish and Irish? Doesn't matter. I'm from Spain. I'm not from Ireland. Never been to Ireland, but I am from Spain. Anyway, now what was I going to say? Oh, I may be Irish, and I know I'm quoting an enemy of the Irish, but that's okay. He said, if you have enemies, it means you've done something right. I have enemies in the town north of here. I've done something right. Ah!